show begins. Score, starters, who's hot and who's not. Burning daylight sports, give it everything we got. First pitch energy, no time to sleep. 15 games on the board, the grind don't cease. Don't waste the daylight, it is already on. Burning daylight sports, all day long. Two guys, one mic, straight talk, no filler. If they happen on the diamond, we gonna deliver. Don't waste the daylight, it is already on. Burning daylight sports, all day long. Two guys, one mic, straight talk, no filler. If they happen on the diamond, we gonna deliver.
Well, welcome back, Daylight Burners. Running solo today, but this is BD Baseball for Friday, June 19th, 2026. Happy Juneteenth. It's a relatively new holiday for most of America. I think it was mostly a Texas thing. But anyway, happy Juneteenth, the official end of slavery in Texas. And pretty light slate yesterday, only 8 games on the board, but it was a good day for the A's. Had a banger of a first inning from the offense. Zack Gelof extends his hitting streak to 22 games. He leadoff single. Then Nick Kurtz followed up with a double. Shea Langeliers just drilled one off the batter's eye, drove in 3. Tyler Soderstrom followed that up with a solo shot of his own, and then they scored another one. 8 out of 9 of the starting lineup got a hit last night. Most of it in the first inning. Really got to the rookie from the Angels, Johnson. What was his? I forget what his actual first name is. Ryan Johnson. Kind of a weird looking fella, if you ask me. Give you an idea. He kind of looks like a worm. Anyhow, we got to him early and often in the first inning, and then not anything happened after that. As far as on the offensive side, on the bump, Gage Jump. On the bump, his jump. He was pretty fantastic. Going 7 innings, shut out. 7 Ks, 3 walks, only 1 hit allowed. Young fella looked really good, continuing his hot start to his career. Good day for the A's. Elsewhere around the league, the Royals had the best night offensively, putting up 14. Bobby Witt Jr.'s got a knee issue. He left the game early. Hopefully there's nothing too serious there. Bryan Woo also had a fantastic pitching performance. We'll get to that later. Blue Jays go into Boston and get the sweep. And Red Sox runners in scoring position is gross. That situation is ugly. White Sox got a big swing late from Andrew Benintendi to upset the Pinstripes in the Bronx, a game where Jazz Chisholm Jr. fouled one right off the nutsack. He was hurting, and the rest of his teammates were having a pretty good chuckle. If you haven't seen the video, I recommend it. If you like watching a dude get hit in the balls, that was pretty funny. Especially since he did it to himself. All right, let's get into it. So, Blue Jays take the sweep. Blue Jays sweep the series over the Red Sox. They win 4-3 yesterday. Brandon Valenzuela delivered the game winner, 2-out RBI double in the 9th that scored Ernie Clement and Vlad Guerrero Jr. Nathan Lucas also homered for the Blue Jays. Boston tied it in the 8th on back-to-back solo shots from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I didn't know he knew how to swing the bat, to tell you the truth. Caleb Durbin also hit a solo home run. But Red Sox gave it back in the 9th. Mason Fluharty earned his first career save with a clean 9th inning. But the bigger issue for the Red Sox was, runners in scoring position. They were 1 for 29 with runners in scoring position on the series. Hard to win ball games like that. Aroldis Chapman got a .83 ERA on the year, but blows the save, gets the loss yesterday. Over in Milwaukee, Cleveland stole one late. Parker Messick gave the Guards 6 innings of 2-run balls, had 9 punch-outs, kept them in it. Milwaukee grabbed some early runs. David Fry homered, and Kyle Manzardo had a solo home run. And then Travis Bazzana hit a go-ahead homer in the 7th. Milwaukee had plenty of chances, including some bases-loaded spots, but they went 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. 12 men left on base yesterday for the Brew Crew. Let me see what that whole series looked like. So Brewers took one on Tuesday. All right, so Guardians avoid the sweep there, and but Cleveland's been struggling here lately, and it has kind of shown. Over in Texas, pain for the Rangers, and I like that. I like hearing that. Minnesota jumped on the Rangers right away. They had a 4-run first inning. Capped off by Brooks Lee, 3-run homer. Trevor Larnach homered and added the RBI single as well. And Twins finished with 13 hits and swept the Rangers. Good news for the A's. Joe Ryan went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, striking out 7. And then Rangers got solo home runs from Wyatt Langford, Ezekiel Duran, and Justin Foscue. But playing from behind all day, Jack Leiter got lit up. First inning, I don't know what his final line on this day is. We'll look at it right meow. Jack Leiter went 4 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 4 punch-outs. Gave up the home runs to Brooks Lee and Trevor Larnach. Not a good day for the Rangers, and I'm okay with that. Over in Seattle, Mariners take they take the game in a pitcher's duel. They win 3-0 over the Orioles. Bryan Woo had 7 scoreless innings, 9 punch-outs. All the scoring came early with Seattle getting 3 in the first inning, and it was kind of a mirror image of the A's game. 3 runs in the first and nothing else going on after that. 3 hits for the Orioles. They had an error on the day as well. It's the first time Baltimore has been shut out this season. There was a 75-game streak of scoring at least 1 run. Orioles struck out 11 times, and the top of the order went a combined 0 for 18 with 8 strikeouts. Bad news for the Orioles. Shane Baz had a pretty fine outing. I don't know how many innings he went, but gave up 3, and he went 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 9 punch-outs. It was a fine outing, quality start from Shane Baz, and it was spoiled by Bryan Woo and the Mariners. Over in Philadelphia, the Mets take one, carried by Juan Soto. Had 2 homers on the day. First, one in the first, and another in the third. Carson Benj had 3 hits, stole a base as well. Marcus Semien delivered a 2-run triple, helped swing the game, and Sean Manaea had some traffic, had some trouble, but he worked through it, kept the Mets on top, and the bullpen helped him close it out. Brazabon, AJ Minter, Luke Weaver, and Devin Williams all added to it, and there was a late push by the Phillies, but not enough to get it done. And Phillies are. We've been talking. They've been chipping away at that lead from that Atlanta has, but the Mets every now and then show that they can play baseball still. Over in the Bronx, White Sox hit a pinch hit Andrew Benintendi had a pinch hit grand slam in the 8th inning, broke a 1-1 tie, and it helped the White Sox take down the Pinstripes. Homer came off a Camilo Doval and ended the White Sox 9-game losing streak at Yankee Stadium. Sean Burke was fantastic, striking out 8 over 7 in the 3rd innings. And the Yankees snapped a 4-game winning streak, and as we talked about earlier, Jazz Chisholm left the game after hitting a foul ball into his own nutsack. Pretty funny stuff. Hopefully it didn't injure him, but all in all, that's why they recommend you wear a cup in baseball. Over in Kansas City, their offense proved it does exist. They put up 14 on the Cardinals. Salvador Perez, he went 3 for 5 with a double and a milestone home run. He passed George Brett for the most home runs at Kauffman Stadium. Bobby Witt Jr. also homered, but he left after appearing to injure his knee, so that is something to watch. Noah Cameron got the win. He went 5 innings, gave up 3. St. Louis put up 13 hits, but the Cardinals pitching staff had no answers to the Royals, which is weird because the Royals have not been good. And then over in West Sacramento, Gage Jump all over the Angels, just dealing. He's got a 2.37 ERA on the year, 3-1 record. He went 7 scoreless, 7 punch-outs, 3 walks. I'd like to see him knock the walks down a little bit. Only allowed 1 hit. Angels only had 4 hits on the night. And then the bullpen got it done as well. Mason Barnett came in the 8th to keep the scoreless streak alive. I gotta give a big hat tip to Shea Langeliers to get the last out of the 7th. Jump was allowing a little bit of traffic, and backside pick play by Shea Langeliers picks off the guy at first and gets him out of the inning unscathed. It was a fine performance, and then Hogan Harris comes in and closes it out in the 9th. Not a save situation, but regardless, went out and got the job done. Offense got on the Angels immediately. 6 straight first inning hits. Langeliers had a 3-run home run. Tyler Soderstrom followed that up immediately. And again, Zack Gelof is just hot as fire right now. 22-game hitting streak. Ryan Johnson got roughed up in the first, but then settled in, got 6 innings out of him, I believe. Or did he go? I can't remember if he went 5 or 6. But after a shaky start early, he settled in and gave the bullpen some much needed relief. He went 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and then the 2 home runs in the first. But I said after the first inning, everything was quiet. Pretty quick game, very similar to the Orioles Mariners. And then Giants and Braves, the game was rained out, will be made up on August 31st. So, pretty quick day of baseball. I guess on some of the other Homer teams' notes, Mickey Moniak is on a rehab assignment in AAA for the Rockies. He's been hitting the ball really well. Mike Trout goes on the 10-day IL again. Right hamstring strain. Hate to see that. Hamstrings are a son of a bitch, and that's the story of Mike Trout's career. Dude is an unbelievable athlete, but cannot stay healthy. Not much else to report on that. Got some pretty decent matchups coming this weekend. If I can get this page to load. There we go. All right, so starting off here shortly, we got the Blue Jays headed into into Wrigley to take on the Chicago Cubs. Kevin Gausman on the bump for the Blue Jays, facing off against Ben Brown, who's been very good for a Chicago lineup that is or rotation that has struggled with a lot of injuries this year. Gausman's been very good. His 4-4 record, 3.41 ERA, 86 punch-outs. Ben Brown has also been good, 3-2 record, a 1.74 ERA with 61 strikeouts on the year. White Sox looking to keep things rolling, but they got a tough matchup. Tarek Skubal on the bump for the Tigers as the White Sox head into Detroit to face the Tigers at Comerica. Eric Fetty on the bump for the White Sox. He's at a 4.5 ERA, 44 punch-outs on the year. Not been particularly impressive. Skubal a little shaky on his return from the IL last start, but I'd expect him to bounce back pretty well. He's got a 2.81 ERA on the year, 49 punch-outs, and hopefully the Tigers' offense can get something going. This is a pretty fun series to watch over the weekend. Tigers struggling mightily, but the White Sox trying to cling to a division lead there in the Central. The Reds head into the Bronx, take on the Pinstripes. Rhett Lauder on the bump for the Reds, facing off against Cam Schlittler, who has been fantastic. 7-3 record, a 1.82 ERA, 96 strikeouts on the year. Rhett Lauder, on the other hand, has been kind of blah. 3-3, 4.6 ERA, 37 punch-outs. I would expect the Yankees to roll here. The Reds have really been spinning their wheels lately. Maybe they can get it going, but it's a tall order going into the Bronx. Even without Aaron Judge, the Yankees have been playing pretty good ball. Nationals at the Rays. Cade Cavalli on the mound for the Nats. He's been really good. Griffin Jax has been pretty okay. I say Cade Cavalli's been really good. For the Nationals, he has been. As far as the league-wide goes, he's been all right. Not been bad. 3.98 ERA, 81 punch-outs. Griffin Jax kind of similar. 3.68 ERA, 41 punch-outs on the year. The Rays trying to keep pace with the Yankees after holding that division lead for quite a bit. They're playing catch up now, and those Nationals can really slug the ball. So hopefully that's a good series. I'm interested to see how that one turns out. Giants headed down to Miami to take on the Marlins. Landon Raup on the bump for the Giants. Luke Bacar for the Marlins. I don't care much about this series at all, but if you're a fan of either of those teams, have at it. Fantastic matchup. Brewers headed down to Atlanta to take on the Braves. Jacob Mizorowski on the bump. That game will be at 4:15 Pacific time, 7:15 Eastern. Be facing off against Martin Perez, who was supposed to start yesterday. Will get bumped today because of the rainout. This is easily the best pitching matchup of the day. Mizorowski is a 1.34 ERA, 131 strikeouts on the year, 8-2 record. Just an absolute phenom. On the other side, Martin Perez has also been very good. Nowhere near as dominant, but 5-3 record, 2.90 ERA, 51 punch-outs. Nothing to sneeze at there. That Atlanta team has been struggling here as of late, and that's going to be tough to get back on track with the Miz on the bump. Padres headed down to Texas to take on the Rangers. Padres need to get some stuff going. So do the Rangers, but it's a pretty good pitching matchup its own self. Randy Vasquez taking on Jacob deGrom. Vasquez is 6-4 on the year, 3.63 ERA and 58 punch-outs. deGrom, he's been kind of hit or miss, but mostly hit. 5-4 record, 3.17 ERA, 89 punch-outs. Old man's still getting it done. And the Guardians headed into Houston to take on the Astros. They got Tanner Bybee on the mound for the Indians, and Tatsuya Imai on the bump for the Astros. He's put together a couple good games, but he's really struggled this year. has not really made the adjustment coming over from Japan. He's got a 6.43 ERA, only 37 punch-outs on the year. I'm hoping that Cleveland can continue to his woes because fuck them Astros. Tanner Bybee's 2-7 on the year. Got a 3.96 ERA, so he's pitched a little better as of late. 71 punch-outs, but he's not been particularly good this year. We'll see if he can turn it on there in Houston. Cardinals at the Royals. This yesterday was the start of a 4-game set. It looks like. Got Michael McGreevy on the bump for the Redbirds, facing off against Seth Lugo. Pretty good pitching matchup. McGreevy's got a 2.99 ERA, 51 punch-outs, 3-5 record. Lugo, kind of similar, 2-4 record with a 3.86 ERA, 66 punch-outs. I wouldn't expect the Royals to put up 14 again, or anywhere close to that. Their offense has been pretty anemic all year. Reds trying to stay in that National League Central conversation as the Brewers are firm control at the moment. Pirates headed into Coors to take on the Rockies. We got Bubba Chandler facing off against Kyle Freeland. Hammer the over on this game. Chandler's 2-7 on the year with a 4.76 ERA, 68 punch-outs. Kyle Freeland, I love the guy. I'm rooting for him, but he absolutely stinks this year. 1-7 is the record. 7.98 ERA, 49 punch-outs. His last start was in Las Vegas, and he got absolutely shelled. Yeah, hammer the over. That is my betting pick of the day. Hammer that over. We'll get to the A's here in a minute. Twins at the D-backs. We got Connor Prelip facing off against Michael Soroka. Prelip's not been all that good. 2-4 with a 5.26 ERA, 51 punch-outs. Soroka, on the other hand, has been pretty good. 8-3 with a 3.11 ERA, 79 punch-outs. Red Sox headed up to Seattle to take on the Mariners. We got Ranger Suarez and Bryce Miller facing off. This is a really good pitching matchup as well. Suarez is 2-3 on the year, but he's got a 3.21 ERA, 70 punch-outs, and Bryce Miller's been fantastic. 3-0, a 1.54 ERA, 36 punch-outs on the year. Orioles headed into Chavez Ravine. We got Trey Gibson on the mound for the O's and Roki Sasaki making another start for the Dodgers. Gibson's not been good, as neither has really anybody on that Orioles pitching staff. There's been a few bright spots, but overall, Orioles have not been good throwing the ball. Trey Gibson's at a 5.91 ERA, 1-2 record, 12 punch-outs on the year. Pretty small sample size, but that sample size has not been very good. Roki Sasaki has been good, and he's been bad. 3-4 record, 4.76 ERA, 64 punch-outs. It's kind of a whatever series. Dodgers probably roll there, but we'll see. And then my A's. Game 2 of a 4-game set with the Angels. We've got another 3-game series next week in Anaheim. We're gonna be sick of the A's or the Angels, or be wanting to face them some more because we beat up on them. We'll see. Jose Soriano on the bump for the Halos. Jeffrey Springs taking the mound for the Green and Gold. Soriano's been really good this year. 8-4 record, 2.79 ERA with 92 strikeouts. Jeffrey Springs, after a really hot start, has not been good as of late. 3-7 record, 5.13 ERA, 68 punch-outs on the year. He has not recorded a win since the end of April. Really need him to get back on track if the A's are going to stay relevant in the postseason chase there in the American League. I'm really rooting for Springs, but as I said, he's not been very good here lately. Keep that ball down. If you're going to miss low. It's a hitter's park, and can't afford the big swing and letting the ball leave the yard. So take a quick look at the standings, see where we're at before we get out of here. Got some pretty meaningful matchups. So The Yankees hanging on to a 3-game lead in the East over the Rays. The Blue Jays are kind of coming on. Yankees are 8-2 over their last 10. Got a plus 118 run differential. The Rays been struggling a little bit here lately. They're 4-6. They've lost 3 in a row. Their run differential has shrunk to a plus 5. The Blue Jays are 6-4 over their last 10. They've won 3 in a row. They swept the Red Sox in Fenway. Orioles and Red Sox both not doing a whole lot. 4-6 over their last 10 for the O's and 2-8 for the Red Sox. Orioles at a minus 36 run differential. That's the worst in the American League, but they're still 4 games up on the Red Sox. In the Central, we have a statistical tie for the lead with the White Sox having the tiebreaker there. White Sox are 6-4 over their last 10. The Cleveland is 4-6. The Twins have won 4 straight. They're 4.5 games back of the division, game and a half back of the wild card. So here come the Twins. And the Royals are now a game up on the Tigers. Tigers in the basement of the Central, but they're looking to get right with Skubal on the bump. Royals have won 2 in a row. They got a minus 43 run differential, though. They're pretty bad. Over in the West, the Mariners still hanging on to a game and a half lead over the A's. They're 5-5 over their last 10. The A's are 6-4. A's still got a minus 46 run differential, which is one of the worst in the league. Nowhere near as bad as the Rockies. Not as bad as the Giants. Not as bad as the Reds, but other than that, they are the worst in baseball. Looks like, yeah, minus 46 run differential. The Rangers, they're on a 3-game losing streak after being swept by the Twins. They're 3 games back of the division, game and a half back of the wild card, and they just can't put it together, it seems like. Astros are coming on. They're 4 games back of the division, 2.5 back of the wild card. They're 5-5 over their last 10. Same as the Angels, who are just... me and Jacob talked about it a couple times this week. I don't understand why they can't put it together, but they sure can't. Over in the National League, we got the Braves still 7 games up on the Phillies in the East. Got an absolutely gaudy run differential at a plus 100. The Phillies, they are 5-5 over their last 10. The Braves are 4-6. Nationals 6-4. They're 8 games back of the division in the wild card spot. And Marlins, they're 7-3 on their last 10. They're only 2 games out of the wild card. Minus 5 run differential. Sandy Alcantara's been pitching really well. It's a young team with a lot of pop, it seems like. And the Mets are, I don't know what they're going to do. They're 13 games back of the division. Pretty much no hope of catching the Braves there. They're 5 games back of the wild card. We'll see what they can do. Juan Soto has been really good. There's been some bright spots for that team, but they're not been able to do much. In the Central, Brewers are 5.5 games up on the Cardinals. They're 6-4 over their last 10. They've got a plus 116 run differential, and that is a team that does not slug a whole lot. They just kind of manufacture runs and have excellent pitching. Quite possibly the best pitching staff in baseball, led by that 6'10 freak, Jacob Misiorowski. Cardinals coming in at 40-33. They're 5.5 back. They're firmly in the wild card, in a wild card spot. Got a plus 3 run differential. 5-5 over their last 10. The Cubs are also 5-5 over their last 10. They're 3 games over 500 in a wild card spot. But they're down to a plus 9 run differential. They are kind of still in that June swoon. And I love that. Pirates took the series from us this week. They're at 38-37. A game back of a wild card spot, plus 14 run differential. They can really bang when any of their pitchers except for Paul Skeens is on the mound, it seems like. And the Reds really, really struggling. Ellie De La Cruz, I'm not sure when he's slated to be back, but they could definitely use him. They're 35 and 38. 3 games back of 500 and the wild card spot. 4 and 6 over their last 10 with a minus 52 run differential. Not looking great there in Cincinnati. And rounded out in the West, of course, the Doyers just padding their lead. They're 9 games up on the Padres, 48 and 27. We got the baseball's best run differential at plus 144. And I haven't heard if Shohei got put on the IL yet with the blister. Maybe he'll just skip a start or 2. I don't know. Haven't heard anything on that yet. Padres, hopefully they can get some momentum going. This weekend in Texas. Just keep pushing them Rangers down further. That'll be fine by me. They're at 38 and 35. They're 9 games back of the division. 5 and 5 over their last 10, and but they are in a wild card spot as we speak. Diamondbacks trying to stay in it. They're 38 and 36. They're half game back of the Padres for that final wild card spot. They are also 5 and 5 over their last 10, as are the Giants. They're 31 and 43, and as we talked about this week, look to be in full fire sale mode with everybody except Logan Webb. The Rockies, maybe they can put something together against the Pirates this weekend. They're at 28 and 47. They're 11 games back of a wild card spot, 20 games back of the division. I believe they're the only team in baseball that statistically has a 0% chance of making the playoffs. But that offense can bang a little bit. They also have a league best or league worst run differential at a minus 90. It was a fun little story to start the year for the Rockies, but they have really, really came back down to what we always expect from them. Anyway, some good baseball this weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy the weather. It's hot here. So anyway, that's all I got. We'll be back either Sunday or Monday for the weekend recap. And yeah, enjoy your baseball. Don't let your butt crack and move your ass. We're burning daylight.
Slate's full, we already locked in. Matt and Jake on the mic, let the show begin. Score, starters, who's hot and who's not. Burning daylight sports, give it everything we got. First pitch energy,